Okay, we are live. Good afternoon. Let's just go ahead and hop right into things. It's a little technical, a few technical difficulties. So, just starting now. Just let me get this message out, and we should be all set and ready to go. It shouldn't be a long meeting. I got a few things to go through. It's going to be mainly charts. I know the team likes that. And there we go. And one other message, and we should be live and ready. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So, by watching or reading this, you're saying you understand the following. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not trading advice. This session is only for educational purposes. There is significant financial risk associated with options trading. I'm not liable for your wins or losses in the market if you decide to act on this information. All right. So, first things first. And let's just start from where we left off Friday with options, call options, order flow, just options, order flow in general. So we have the top call options flow went into Microsoft, Palantir, Tesla, Google, and Robinhood. On the put side, it went into Win, Nvidia, Amazon, Bye, and CRK. For the week, top call options flow went into Google, Class C, Google Class A, SMH, MU, and Shopify. On the short side, we had Nvidia, Boeing Airline, AMD, UNH, and Gold. Moving right along. All right, so I haven't updated that slide yet, so I'm not going to go through. I guess I can. Hey, so the last time I updated this slide, we were at hold on, when was this? That was in October. So that was October 15th, the last time I updated our yearly profits. I know we're well over 60 bands for the year for those just purchasing one contract per trade alert, and it's a net profit. So, but this was the last time I updated that slide was October 15th. All right. So, this is the last month of the year. So I'm going to go through every last one of these slides. So January's profit. So again, like I said, all of these profits are net profits. So that means after you subtract the losses, as you can see in the list for full transparency, and they're based on just one contract. Now, there are people who buy more than one contract, but these profits are based off of you purchasing just one contract per trade alert. All right. So January profits, we cleared 46K. February, we cleared 8,400. March, 6,100. April, 8,000. May, 6,400. June, 59.5. July 6,300. August, one of our slower months by design, 4,900. September, another slow month. And when I say slow month, I mean just I didn't trade much at all. As you can see, 3,500. October was probably our shortest month. Well, I'll say September was 4,100. And then November, we cleared $5,900 for the month of November. So again, we had a pretty good year. So again, if this is your first time just viewing one of our weekly options forecast meetings, just go to show you every month we clear several thousands of dollars. So if you follow this process and you stay on course, you can make a lot of money in here. It's a lot of this. It's a lot of job replacing profits in here, like the monthly profits around in this community. So if you're looking to make extra money or just looking to maybe replace your job, fire your job, whatever, take this seriously. You can make a lot of money around here. All right, market talk. So a lot of monthly candles closed on Friday. So and it was we had some pretty good price action on Friday also. So just a lot. It's a lot so we're gonna go through that when we get to the charts in a moment. What I want to do is just cover some of this economic data first to get it out the way. KK, do you have anything you want to add or say for market talk?
Yeah, it's been a really, um, good month, like you said, a great year as always. This week was a good week for me, just focusing, learning, identifying setups and really being ready when, I see something. You always tell us when you see something, say something. So the other day I was spotting Tesla, and yeah, I identified them like, yeah, this move like this hour, look like Tesla setting up. So what did we do? Let people know what was going on. And it broke out that day. But I was already in the trade because I believed in the setup and I was following, how the price action was moving. And yeah, I made like a nice over 100, like 110% on the trade that Friday. It broke out. It started to break out Wednesday, and yeah, I'm swinging, and yeah, it broke out nicely, nice profit. I hope people took the trade or paid attention. That's what Antoine wants us to do, and I'm just seeing myself growing as a trader and trying to contribute in that way in the community. So, and wanting everybody to do the same.
No, that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, no, congrats on that trade too. And that's what it's about though, just being able to stick to follow the process. And because my thing is, I'm not trying to stop anybody or hold anybody back from being successful or anything. I want you to thrive and be the best that you can be on your own, right? So we can watch each other's back. If it's two heads are better than one, three heads are better than two, and it's so I really like that. It makes me proud when I see other traders sticking up, jumping up and actually making moves too, and being able to be profitable on their own. Again, a lot of people talk about not wanting to have people just wanting to be able to do it on their own, but you got to start somewhere, and in order to be confident and efficient, you have to learn those things first. So yeah, shout out to you and shout out to everybody else who's taking that and moving forward with it. Great.
Yeah, thank you. It's definitely a learned thing. It's not just a bad day or, oh, I'm watching the stocks today. It's a consistent thing. It's an everyday thing. It's engrossing yourself in the market and really understanding how stocks are moving. I that's something that you've taught us all how to do. Like, it's not going to be today. It's crazy. I just wanted to say this, and then I don't have nothing else to say. I was reading some articles this morning, and they was talking about silver and how silver was going crazy, and I was like, yo, Antoine was talking about. I had to go back in the chat. I was like, yo, that was 4 months ago, and the crazy move that has happened since then. It's insane. I'm like, yeah, that's part of the listening though, about watching everything and really locking in.
Exactly, exactly. And again, every move isn't going to happen right away all the time. You got to be able to, every chart tells a story, and as long as your time frame is in alignment with your trade, then you're fine. So just a lot of that. But at the end of the day, everybody got their own process or own system. So just a shout out to James too, another member. So James is a member, and a good thing. I like stories like this. James came in several months ago. He didn't know much about trading at all. We did a coaching. He booked a 2-hour coaching. He was taking notes, and I give people homework assignments after each coaching. I give them, after my assessment, I give them some things that I want them to work on. And I'm not going to say he's the only one, but in recent times, he's one of the only ones in recent times who stuck with the homework assignments and did what he was supposed to do. This guy posted a trade the other day where he made 30 bands. He turned like $8,000 into $30,000. He posted another trade where he turned like, it was like 800 and something, almost $900 into 13 bands, so. But you won't be able to do stuff like that until you have the confidence, and you can have pseudo confidence, but that real confidence is when you actually follow the process and you know what you're doing. You stick into the setups that you learned and mastered. Like I say, don't fear the man who knows 1,000 kicks. Fear the one who practiced one kick 1,000 times. You know what I mean? And so you concentrating your forces and getting those reps in and locking in. And that's where that real confidence comes from. Then you have the balls to say, you know what, I'm gonna trust my process, and I'm gonna trust my you only as strong. They say you don't rise to the occasion, you rise to the level of your preparation. So and I really appreciate seeing stuff like that come from members, and I hope we keep. And then just shout out to James, man. Again, I've been shouting James out for months, because he started off. It was like, would be, and I ain't gonna say they were smaller profits before. They were still like substantial profits. And I would tell people in the community all the time, hey, you don't try to do what James does. James booked the coaching, and he's doing his own process. He's sticking to his script, and he's, and like I said, he did his homework assignment. So it's good. It's motivation to see. It makes me feel good, and hopefully it inspires other people to take it seriously, because again, it's people who I've had people that I've coached for years who aren't doing the type of things James did in such a little bit of time. And then we can easily say, well, maybe they don't have the money James had. Like I said, James ain't start off putting up those types of profits. He started building. And like I said, the biggest trade I saw from him was a trade where he put up $800 and something and turned it into 13 bands. And then most of the money you've seen him making, he was either trading one ETF or the indice of that the ETS was tracking. You know what I'm saying? So he's sticking to the rivers and lakes that he's used to. He's concentrating his forces, and he has some patience, because that's going to take patience too. So again, it's a lot that you can get by just following the process, but everybody want it right away. But then again, I'm not going to preach today. We're going to get to these charts. And again, I'm looking forward to this month. I say this at the top of every month. We're going to make this a big month. If you fumbled last month, this is another chance for you to, let discipline tell the story, and let the egos, drop the egos and everything, and just hop on this train, because it's going to keep moving with or without you. All right. So let's hit I said before we hit the chart setups, I was going to go through some economic data. All right. So Fed speakers this week. So we got Fed Chair Powell. They're sending him out there tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I'm not sure what he'll be talking about tomorrow night at 8 p.m. But what I do know is, depending on what it is, it could be market moving. I'm going to do some more research and see exactly why he's being sent out there. But I'll talk to my team about it. We'll talk more about it in the chat later on. But FOMC member Bowman, they're sending Bowman out there Tuesday at 10 a.m. And then we got Bowman again Thursday at noon. Bowman is a cool Fed. Bowman doesn't really do too much. Like it's a lot of, and I'm no disrespect to the women. I'm just saying it's a lot. We got a lot of female Fed members out there who like to shake the boat, but Bowman isn't one of them. So I'm not really worried too much about what Bowman has to say. And then we should be in because I thought we would be in a lockout period at this because we got FOMC, but I guess FOMC isn't until the 10th. So the 9th and the 10th. So who knows? But yeah, this is what we have for Fed speakers. As far as economic data, we got ISM manufacturing PMI Monday. We got ADP non-farm payrolls Wednesday. We got ISM services PMI Wednesday. Jobless claims Thursday. Core PCE data. So we got PCE data on Friday and we got consumer sentiment on Friday. So the ADP non-farm payroll that we get Wednesday is not the official that big jobs report. But what I'll tell you is since we haven't really been getting what we've been looking for, data wise, every little part matters. You know what I'm saying? So we will be keeping an eye on that Wednesday also, but it's not, like I said, it's not one of those, the big official jobs report, but just saying that everything we taking whatever we can get economically at this point, because there's a lot of data that we just aren't going to get anymore because the shutdown and so much time then passed. It is like, okay, we forget that data. We just moving on. So just throwing that out there. Let me flip back over to these charts now, man, because, that's where I want to go at this point. All right, so where we left off on Friday was this Meta monthly chart. Now, it's just funny is because if you look at this chart here, I had a lot of this writing that's on this chart. It's been here for quite some time, you know. So it's not like some new writing that I just put here. It's been here for some time. But this is what Meta did, right? So we had a interesting time for Meta, and it's so crazy. All of this time, that everything that's been going on with the market, it just didn't seem like we were getting these types of moves. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look like this is what was happening. That was actually happening. So this was Meta. Hold on. Sorry, this is the weekly chart. I'm sorry, weekly chart. It's a weekly chart. I'm gonna go to the monthly first, and I'll come back to this weekly chart. Damn, I'm actually go to the weekly first. So yeah, so weekly. So Meta came back up and finished the week back above this level here that we had here on this weekly chart. So we got this reversal that happened from earnings, and you see we got the 222 continuation. It just kept going down. We got a little retest and it just kept coming down. So we finally got that reversal with that 222 reversal and breakout with the candle confirmation. And this was a really strong candle confirmation. Not only did we break back over this level, we broke back over this level and we closed without a wick. You feel me? You see how we closed here? I mean, technically it's a small wick, but I'm saying like we closed. It was a pretty strong close here on Meta. Like a wick is about a 10 cent. It's 10 cent off the highs of the week that it closed, you know. So pretty strong close for Meta. And I like this chart a lot. Let me show you the monthly. So bears drag Meta all the way down here to a previous support around a previous demand zone, and bulls fought and dragged it all the way back up here, finishing with a hammer. That's a strong reversal right here over a key level for the close. I like Meta here. I mean, like I said, you know, you got to start a reversal, start somewhere. And I like time frame continuity. Now we're going back down to the daily, my noisiest chart. Nice breakout here. You know, we got that breakout here from Meta, and get some of this off of here. And stock moving. Nice breakout here on the move. We probably see, if you look at this on a lower time frame, we probably see a bullish flag here on the session hourly, but we're looking at, we're above that now. And so it looked like Meta's about to make a U-turn before the death cross that was trying to form on that was trying to formulate here on the daily. So it looked like it's gonna try to it's trying to cut back the other way before it happened. These indicators, these EMAs are lagging indicators, so they happen after price start to make the move. But yeah, so that's what it looked like we're probably gonna get here. So instead of getting that collision, we're gonna get the reversal. But yeah, just keeping an eye on Meta. I think the price action looks pretty good, and we got I don't know. I think it looks pretty good here. I think if we're able to, and let me just, because we got I just like when a plan works out and when price starts to do what it needs to do, and that's what we get from Meta here. And so what I'll say for Meta, over 648.05, my first price target on this one would be that 654, and then we got 657 and so on. Now, if we were to find, if Meta, and the Meta moves a lot in the day, but so if we were to find a way back down to under 635, back under 635, my first price target for Meta would be 629.21, and then we probably move back down to retest the 9 EMA at 622.93. But yeah, Meta's looking pretty good here. I like the price action on this one. Here's Tesla. Let me start here with the monthly on Tesla. Another strong move, but bears dragged it all the way down here to a key support. Bounced off of that, and we got to move back up here. Weekly chart, nice 222 reversal. Actually, that's a 212 reversal here on Tesla. Strong move and close on the weekly. Just under a level, under a resistance level here on the week. But I like the price action on this one. So with Tesla, man, what I'll do is I'll be watching for if we're able to clear 433.44, so over 433.44. My first target on this one would be 440, and then we got 443. If we were to lose that 426, under 426, my first target on this one would be the 424.32. Then we got 419.73. There's the 50 EMA down there as well. I mean, it could possibly go even further, but those would be the targets that I'll be looking for. And we got 410 under that. Google has been on the move a lot lately, and the stock is heading up in here. Hold on, is this the chart that I really want to use? All right, it's cool. All right, so for Google, there's a few things that could happen on this one. I'm going to mark this chart up. But yeah, so Google, I'll say, because Google's been hitting a lot of all-time highs. And I'm going to give y'all one of the catalysts for Meta has been the fact that Google and Meta, they're working on this chip. They're working on this chip deal. And so that's why NVIDIA fell last week, because of the fact that Meta and Google were working on a chip deal. They want to be the one, and a lot of Meta's chips and stuff came from, how that works. But Mark Zuckerberg was talking about this for a while anyhow. But yeah, forget the politics behind it. Let's just talk about price. So here, Google looks all right. Google's still holding up pretty good. Hit new all-time highs last week, and so over 326.85, looking for a retest of 328.83 and so on. So over 320. So the first target would be 328.83 and then 330 for a new all-time high. Yeah. If we lose that 316.79, then my first target on this would be here. Hopefully, what it would do is, because this will be another area before we start to fill the gap down here. So that would be my first target down here. And that's a big move down, but Google's been making some big moves lately. It hasn't been as sleepy as it's been for some time. But then we got this gap fill. So we'll see how price behaves around this gap fill area if we were to come back down there. But I mean, I wouldn't be nothing wrong with Google cooling off. It's been one out of all of the Mag 7. It's been the only one that's been like asleep. It hasn't really been moving as much as the others. So yeah, we're gonna keep that on watch. Also, looks good. I wouldn't be mad at a retest here first before taking off. Because it lines right up with the non-EMA, and that's what it's been doing. It's been retesting the non-EMA and taking off. So I wouldn't be opposed to that. But it got a little support right here. Also, when you're in uncharted territories, you start creating new levels, and it got some support right here. So it's been holding up right there. It can hold up there too. So yeah, but we'll keep that on watch either way. Goldman Sachs. I like Goldman. I like a Goldman chart, man. I talked about this on Friday to the team. And so yeah, Goldman can Goldman is pushing the all-time highs again. I like this stock. Y'all know I like this stock, Goldman Sachs. The price action looking pretty good here. I'm gonna zoom out for a second before I show you anything. This is how the monthly look. So finished the month strong. Pretty strong price action here. 212 up. Finished the week strong with the nice 222 reversal. And so here we are here in this channel. Let me get some of this off of here, man. I play on this chart a lot. So a lot of the same patterns. But yeah, so we got Goldman, and I'm just going to try to broaden this out some. Since we already here, might as well just let y'all know what I'm seeing going on. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? All right. A little broadening formation right here. I use this. Got that happening. But yeah, so looks good. Nice funnel here. Broadening formation here, and I can broaden this out. I'm just doing my levels for now. And but yeah, I like the price action on this one. I like it a lot. Goldman Sachs over 830.57, looking for a retest. So like I said, over 830.57. My target on this is 841.28. So that would be the target on this one. If we lose 818.95, my first target on this would be 815, and then we got 800 at the non-EMA, and then possibly so on, because it's been playing this range, but we'll just see what it does, because you see how volatile it can be. I like playing the ranges on Goldman, so keep this one on watch. It's a pretty volatile stock, and looking pretty good, really bullish. APP, I like this chart too. Charts be telling a story. This APP chart looks good, man. APP is looking good. A lot of stuff, a lot of news came out and tried to knock APP off his pivot, right? But what they did, people just bought the dip on it, ate the news up, and the stock kept going. Sometimes I respect, depending on what's going on with the price action, I determine how I'm gonna let the wick behave. You know what I'm saying? Like, it all depends on what I'm looking at. But there's so many ways so many levels and ways you can do your levels. So don't get confused. So I'm just do it like that. All right. So yeah, APP. I like APP again. Like I said, this is a nice chart on it. Nice 222 continuation. Well, yeah, 22 continuation on this after the reversal. So we can get a pretty big move on this as well. So what I'm doing is, let me just see if I can figure this out. Hold on. Yeah. So over 590, I'm gonna say over 600. My first target on this is 606.63. Then we got 621.38, and so on. This thing can actually move. It can give you a pretty big move if it breaks out. Under 583.40, look for a retest of 577.83. Then we got 574.58 at the 50-day EMA, and so on. This is a pretty good stock also. Like I said, just keep it on watch. And yeah, I like it a lot. Let me just move on here. We got this Microsoft chart. Microsoft reclaimed this non-EMA. Nice reversal here on the stock. Zoom out to the weekly. We got a 2-2. Okay, there's a 2-2-2 reversal, bearish engulfing, but it came back down. It came down here. That 2-2-2 reversal played out already. I like how the bulls dragged it back up over this support level, closed over the support level, and so that was a pretty good close on it. And start trying to make a move here on the weekly as well. You see the support is lining up. If you zoom out, you see how it's lining up here. So, and a nice finish on the day also. So I'll say for Microsoft over 592.63. My first target on this one will be 593.40. Then we got 597.85. If we lose 486.65, first target on this one would be what I say, yeah, 486.65. The first target on this would be 480.70. And then we got the 200-day EMA at 478.75. So this is going to be a pretty good week. I think that as long as we don't get any wild cards, there's been a lot going on in the with the war talks and stuff like that. So we have to be careful. But yeah, so here's QQQ. I really like this QQQ chart. Nice 222 continuation over 619.32. I'm gonna say over 619.75. My first target on this one would be 623.39, and then we got 626.54. Now, if we lose 615.42, my first target on this would be this gap fill down here at 614.27, and then we got another down here at 608.77. IWM got the same setup on it. And again, like I told y'all weeks ago and even months ago, that, out of all of the ETFs that broke out and all of the indices that that the Russell 2000, the small cap stocks, were one of the ones that would probably outperform, because it was one of the only ones that hadn't taken out its all-time high at the time, so and was one of the ones that when there's turmoil, it got hit the hardest, right? So we finally got that breakout, another breakout for continuation, and it hasn't slowed down yet. So here we go right here. I'll say over for IWM. Again, this is the ETF that tracks the Russell 2000, which is the small cap stocks. Over 249. My first target on this would be 252.77. Now, if we lose that 247, if we lose 247, then we probably get a retest of 245. Again, keep it on watch. This is a good one, and I hope that everybody has a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys later on in the week. Again, we have, and like I said, we have so for the members on the free side, I will be streaming live on the free side on Tuesdays. On Tuesday at starting at 9:20. And I will also post, give y'all some information on my watch list, etc. So just again, just keep an eye out for that. The channel and all of the updates will be listed in the chat, and I'll see the rest of you guys in the community. Cheers.